Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to the chairman, respected panels and my supervisory committee. My name is Nadrah Syuhada binti Ramli, and today I am delighted to present my research on the effect netball smart dynamic warming up on physical performance on GMAX young netball players. I am under the supervision of Dr. Raja Nurujanat binti Raja Hussein. What is warming up? A warming up is a set of preparatory exercise aimed at increasing preparedness for sporting activity to maximize performance and decrease the risk of injury. It is a basic to do before doing any exercise or sports. Netball is a team sport that is common amongst women within the Commonwealth countries. Netball requires explosive movements such as jump landing, change of direction (COD), cutting, accelerating and decelerating the body, performed at near maximum levels of muscular strength and power production. As you can see, the picture above is the example of traditional warming up in starting stretching. The second picture is the step of netball smart dynamic warming up. There are 17 steps of warm up in netball smart dynamic, which is divided to 4 parts. For part A, straightening, is from picture 1 to 4, which is 1 is the bench, 2 is the hip sideway bench, 3 is hamstring, 4 is balance. For part B is running warming up, which is from picture 5 to 10. 5 is running straight ahead, 6 running hip out, 7 butt kicks and skipping, 8 running circling partner, 9 running shoulder contact, and 10 running quick forwards and backward sprint. For part C is dynamic preparation from picture 11 to 14, which is 11 is squats, 12 is walking lunges, 13 is jumping and landing, 14 is jumping, turning and landing. For part D is netball specific preparation from picture 15 to 17, which is 15 is running and stopping, 16 running, plant and cut, and 17 is prop and stick. For problem statement, the first one is the effectiveness of traditional warming ups. Is it proven to enhance performance and mitigates injuries. The second one is the challenges in implementation, which is lengthy routines, complexity of exercise, and hinders adoption by coaches despite the benefits. The thirdly is comparison, which is traditional warming ups compared to a netball specific warming up program of very length. The last one is uncertainty, which is questions remain about whether shorter or modified warming ups can deliver performance benefits similar to traditional approaches. For research objective, there are 2 objectives. So the first one is to measure the effectiveness of netball smart dynamic warming up. The second one is to compare on the netball smart dynamic warming up and traditional warming up on physical performance athletes. For research hypothesis, there are 6. 3 for generals and 3 for specific. So the first one is there is no significant difference in physical performance outcomes between athletes using the netball smart dynamic warming up and traditional warming up protocols. The second one is there is no significant on physical performance outcomes compared to traditional warming up protocols. The last one is there is no significant relationship between adherence to a warming up program and improvement in performance measures. So for the specific, so the first one is there is no significant on balance between traditional warming up and netball smart dynamic warming up. So the second one is there is no significant on strength between traditional warming up and netball smart dynamic warming up. And the last one is there is no significant on agility between traditional warming up and netball smart dynamic warming up. For literature review, there is 10 journals included anchor journal that I use as a guideline for my research. As you can see, the journal mostly related to my research. for the summary, there's 3. So the first one is the studies tested the netball smart dynamic warming up on youth netball players for 4 weeks. The second one is netball smart dynamic warming up is useful for improving core stability and lower body power, important for netball performance. The last one is coaches are encouraged to use netball smart dynamic warming up for performance enhancement and injury prevention. For conceptual framework, so the first one is IV. So the IV for this study is effect of netball smart dynamic warming up. So the DV is physical performance and the population is GM mix youth netball player. For sample size calculation, for this studies we using G-Power software. A sample size calculation was performed with the specific parameters, which is an effect size, which is D of 0.8, moderate effect, and alpha level of 0.05, and a desired power, which is 1 beta of 0.80. The calculation determined that each group would require 12 participants, resulting in a total sample size of 24 participants for the studies. This ensures the study has a sufficient likelihood of detecting a statistically significant effect of the intervention on performance outcomes, provided such an effect exists. The inclusion for the studies have 3 points. So the first one is the player must from young mixed netball player. So the second one is the participant must healthy and free from injury in the last 6 months, and the last one is the player has no peer resistance of neuromuscular training experience. The exclusion for the studies have 3 points too. So the first one is we don't want players with injury in the past 6 months. The second one is the participants with previous resistance or neuromuscular training experience, and the last one is the participant who did not get permission from guardian to do the test. This is because we do the test to young netball players, so we need to get permission from their parents before we do the test. So the intervention of the studies, the first one is the netball smart dynamic warming up program was conducted 3 times per week for 4 weeks, which is can do in weekday or weekend. So the second one is delivered by a qualified trainer twice per week and by the team coach once per week before games. So the last one is each session lasts 15 to 20 minutes, depends on the participant. Research instruments. For these studies, we use ball, marker cone and yoga mat for do the test. Data collection procedure. As we have 4 parts, which is part A, strengthening, part B, running warming up. This part needed to place 2 cones out every 3 meters between baseline and center court. Part C, dynamic preparation, and part D is netball specific preparation. Firstly, each picture from each part have 3 different exercises that can enhance your agility, strength and balances athletes. Data and statistic analysis. So for the studies, the analysis is normality analysis. We use the Shapiro-Wilk test to test for the normality and visually reviewed histograms to assess the distribution of the data. So the second one analysis is inferential analysis. So we use pair t-test to measure pre-post change in performance within groups reporting mean difference, confidence intervals, and effect size. So the second one is mixed models. We compare intervention vs control, accounting for club clustering, repeated measures, and baseline different with robust errors for site contamination. So this is the reference that I use for complete my slide research, and thank you for your time. Thank you.